Welcome to the 1994 British Touring Car Championship.
Right then, hello and welcome back to GTR 2 and round 19 of the 1994 British Touring Car Championship at Silverstone Grand Prix. The race yesterday was a little bit strange. The time was set completely wrong. I had a look at the championship file and it was set to late evening for whatever reason. Thankfully though, race number 2 is set to 11:30 in the morning. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a contrast. You'll actually be able to see what's going on. And there won't be any sun glare. As I mentioned as well, there's going to be a few cars that are going to be missing from the grid because for whatever reason they didn't start race number 2 in real life. So yeah, with that, I'm going to throw it back to Josh up into the commentary box for the grid walk for round 19 out of 21.
Let's take a look at the grid then for the second race of Silverstone and remind us how they finished that first. So it is, of course, Gabriele Tarquini taking that pole position ahead of John Cleland in the Vauxhall Cavalier. Giampiero Simoni goes from third and Jeff Allen from fourth. Julian Bailey, again, after an impressive race yesterday, will line up himself in P5. He will have Andy Rouse alongside him for company. Will Hoy in another Toyota Carina will be in 8th. There's an empty grid position there for 7th, unfortunately. Paul Radisich unable to take the start. James Thompson will go from 9th and Tim Harvey alongside him in the first of the Renault Lagunas. Patrick Watts goes from P11 and he has the second of the Renault Lagunas alongside him. Jan Lammers, the first of the Volvo 850s, has Steve Soper for company. They are really struggling this weekend, the first of the Schnitzer BMWs there. And Rickard Rydell goes from P15 with James Kay, the second of the independents on this grid. Kelvin Burt will go from 17th place and Dan Bartlett from 18th in the second of the Volvo 850s. Tim Sugden will go from P19 on the grid and he will have Eugene O'Brien alongside him for company. Nigel Smith goes from 21st place and he has an independent rival alongside him in Chris Goodwin. An empty grid position where Nigel Albon should be an unfortunate non-starter this race. So that means that Tiffany Dell is going it alone in his Nissan Primera. An empty row with Amish Irvine and Joachim Winkelhock both unable to take the start. And that leaves Keith O'Donnell lining up at the back row of the grid in his Nissan Primera. All that remains for me to do is hand you back over to Dan for the race start and race commentary.
Lovely job. Thank you very much, Josh, as always. So, yeah, there's going to be a few gaps on the grid. It's not going to cause any issues, though, with the rest of the race, I would imagine. Yeah, the race yesterday was very, very strange. I don't understand how there was, it was really, really aggressive with how the drivers were behaving. So, yeah, I mean, it made for, an interesting replay, but you couldn't really see what was going on that much because of how dark it was. And the headlights wouldn't work properly because my button's not working. But anyway, there you go, I'm starting where I finished yesterday. Well, actually, I'm going to be a few positions up because of the drivers that did retire. But anyway, let's get the information on the screen. And we'll get 12 laps of the Grand Prix circuit underway, and off we go. Now I have taken a little bit of weight out of the car, so I should be a little bit more competitive. Not hugely, but a little bit. And someone's already gone wide. Bumping and boring going on in the mid-pack. Oh, excuse me, Rydell. Bloody hell. Tim Sugden's got some speed in that bloody car. Oh, late on the brakes. Still missing his bumper from collision damage. There's more bits of bodywork flying. Yeah, it's like the aggression of the drivers just been turned up to the max. I think they know it's the end of the season coming up, so they're just, you know, going all hell for leather, balls to the wall. More body damage on James K. And that is lap 1 complete, 11 to go. Nigel Smith has dropped back, 11 seconds adrift from the rest of the field. Tarquini leads Simone at the moment, and Jeff Allen is in third. Lap 2 in the books. Simone has taken the fastest lap away from Tarquini. James K trying to go on the inside of Kelvin Burt. Doesn't make it work this time though, going through Maggots and Beckett's. Oh, James K made a mistake. Capitalise on that, take the inside. Up into 14th place. before. Getting crossed up. The more weight this car has, the more it tends to slide going through the corners. I noticed that yesterday as well, going through Maggots and Beckett's, the car was just sideways constantly. There goes James K again. I will take the position back. Thank you. No. Oh, crap. That was not supposed to happen. Bloody hell, Eugene O'Brien. I think he needs to go back to Specsaver or something right up my chuff. Seen that in the mirrors, it didn't even look like he was trying to avoid me either. It was just right into my rear. I think the two Volvos got together as well then, of Lammers and Rydell. At least the 3 Volvos align astern with myself, Rydell and Lammers. And I'm looking in the mirror and not where I'm going. Well done, me. God damn it. Oh well, that'll learn me. I didn't lose that much time, really. I only lost to 1 position to Rydell. I'm sure I can get that back. I'm a lot faster going through Luffield than the AI, which is a bit strange. Much better. It seems like Sugden is getting caught on Eugene. So if they start fighting with each other, I should be able to catch up. Already on lap 8, 5 laps to go. At least Tiff Liddell's doing a little bit better for race 2 than he did yesterday. Where he, the damage that he must have sustained really messed with his car because he was just holding everybody up, and that was how I was able to get a few extra spots at the end. Sugden went wide. Take the inside line if possible. Thank you. Well, in comparison to yesterday, this has actually been a little bit of a boring race. Not much has really happened. Which, you know, can be a good thing. Boring races means less editing. If everyone's crashing into each other all the time, it's a bit of a pain when I have to insert all these replays left, right and centre, so really I don't complain that some of these races can be a bit boring at times. Lap 10, 3 to go. Ah, Chris Goodwin has retired. Ah, that's a shame. Wonder why these cars up ahead are slowing down. Or going slower than they were. Unless they're being held up by a damaged machine, I'm not sure. Oh, there's Chris Goodwin. Parked on the side of the track. It's alright though, he's out of harm's way. So he's not going to cause any problems. I'll be happy if I can get past Eugene O'Brien. Seeing as he gave me that clout up the rear earlier. Okay, 2 laps to go. And look at that as well. No one has gone into the pits to retire because of fuel problems. Yes, I do know what I'm talking about. I'm not thick to the person who tried to correct me and said, oh, it's tyres. No, it's not tyres. It's nothing to do with the tyres. It was a fuel issue because the fuel wasn't calculated properly with the cars and the race length. I know, because it was a problem that happened at the start of this series. So, yeah. Unsolicited advice is unwanted advice. There we go. Tarquini wins. Simoni is second. Jeff Allen looks like he's going to finish third. And the rest will follow suit. I'm going to get 16th place, which isn't bad. Out of the points, I didn't catch up to Eugene. Well, I may do at the end, though, hopefully, if he slows down going through Luffield. Ah, no, just got a bit too much wheel spin. Oh well, not a problem. And there we go, 16th place. I will take it. No points, but again, it's better than nothing. So, yeah, with that, I'm going to throw it back up to the commentary box with Josh for the race results with the independents and manufacturers and the current championship point standings after round 19 of the season.
Let's take a look at the finishing results then of the top 6 here at the Silverstone circuit. Gabriele Tarquini securing yet another victory, a big boost to his championship challenge, with Joachim Winkelhock being a non-starter this race, and a fantastic effort by the Alpha 155 squad to get Gianpiero Simone in P2. They have really walked away with all the points this weekend. Jeff Allen secures P3, his teammate was P4 in John Cleland, and a fantastic weekend for the Toyota Carina sees Julian Bailey secure a second top 5 finish this weekend, and his teammate Will Hoy finishes in 6th. The Total Cup for privateers then, a slightly shortened grid and only 3 finishers in the end. It was James Thompson securing victory, a double victory for him this race. James Kay taking 2nd, and Nigel Smith securing the final podium position in his Vauxhall Cavalier. Chris Goodwin, of course, was a retirement this race, unfortunately, and the likes of Nigel Albon did not make the start. So let's take a look at the championship standings then after this weekend at Silverstone. Joachim Winkelhock still holds on to the lead of this championship, but Gabriele Tarquini is snapping at his heels now. Just a few points separate them, and this will be really close going into the final weekend. Gianpiero Simone in the 3rd place in the second of the Alpha 155s, has John Cleland also not too far behind him as well, so really a lot to play for. Steve Soper, a distant 5th in this championship, but he will be looking behind him to see if Jeff Allen will close the gap or not to secure the top 5 position in the championship. But yeah, going into this final weekend, there's certainly a lot to play for. And then the Total Cup for privateers, then let's have a look and see how they're getting on. And James Kay is pretty much champion already, barring any disqualification from the championship. A big healthy points lead over his main rival in James Thompson. Nigel Smith is only 2 points behind James Thompson though, so runners-up honours could be changed going into the final weekend. Amish Irvine, a distant 4th, but he only has Jeff Steele behind him, a couple of points difference there. And Chris Goodwin rounds out the top 6, and he looks to be set to secure that position as well. And all that remains for me to do is hand you back over to Dan Bartlett for the final roundup of this race.
And there we go then, that is it for round 19 and the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. Next time is going to be the series finale, or the season finale I should say, with the final 2 races coming from Donington Park Grand Prix. Championship standings are looking very close at the moment between Tarquini and Winkelhock, so that can go right down to the wire. So that is something to look forward to. I am not going to come anywhere near the championship podium, but hopefully a top 10 in points would suffice. Anyway, I will leave it here for now. Thank you very much to Josh, as always, for the grid walks and the results, and I will see you for the season finale coming from Donington Park Grand Prix with the final 2 races and the final double header of 1994. So, thanks for watching, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.